We turn to News 3's Desiree Markham for first weather. Desiree?
Amy, it seems spring and winter have been fighting each other as we go back and forth between cool weather and warm days like it is now. As you can see, it is beautiful looking at News 3's live weather cam. It's not hard to believe that the first day of spring for the year 2008 is tomorrow. Right now outside the broadcast center, it's a beautiful 70 degrees. Everything's in bloom, so allergies are a problem. It's fair with winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'm Desiree Markham, the News 3 Weather Center. Back to you, Amy. It's the first day of spring tomorrow, allergies and fire. I've got it all for you in your complete weather forecast. Stay with us.
Now, your local forecast from News 3, New Mexico.
Welcome back. I'm Desiree Markham in the News 3 Weather Center. Looking at News 3's live weather cam, you can see it's fabulous outside, and the equinox will be tomorrow evening, which means March 20th is the first day of spring. Taking a look at the nation right now, the majority of America is seeing spring weather, except for over here on the East Coast, down in the deep south. They are seeing a significant amount of moisture. Taking another look at the nation, you can see precisely where this moisture is, right here in this area, but coming back closer to home. The only thing going on right now is basically that in our region it is so dry there is a critical fire weather watch in effect from early Thursday morning until Thursday evening. Moving on to the lows for the Lone Star State and the Land of Enchantment, you can see Tucumcari 40, Roswell 35, so cooling down significantly, a big difference between the highs and the lows. Now, where will you be the first day of spring and how hot will it be? Well, I can tell you that I will be in the beautiful state of Hawaii where it's going to be a beautiful 80 degrees tomorrow, but as far as back here at home, it's going to be 70 in Ruidoso, 79 in Carlsbad, so pretty close to that Maui temperature, so absolutely gorgeous for the majority of the region, the majority of the nation. Now taking a look outside the broadcast center, you can see the humidity is at 22%, so not a whole lot of moisture here. Moving on to the 5-day forecast, you can see as of today, we saw a high of about 70, tomorrow 73. It's going to be fairly consistent, fairly fair, clear, not many clouds, no moisture, just absolutely beautiful spring days. Taking a look right now at the pollen count, you can see it is absolutely skyrocketing. Now, a new study suggests soldiers serving in Iraq may be at increased risk for allergies, and why? It's because the pollen count looks just like it does here. It's sky high. So if you suffer from allergies, do be aware of that.
Watch for that. All right. Thank you very much, Desiree.
Welcome back. I'm Desiree Markham in the News 3 Weather Center. Let's take a look at News 3's live weather cam. It's fairly mild out there with low winds and partly cloudy skies. Moving on to the nation, there's going to be some snow up here coming down from Canada, which is going to bring a snow front in. There are snowstorms going on around the Oklahoma area, some major thunderstorms right above Texas right there that are going to come down and get the West Texas, eastern New Mexico area. You can see these stubborn clouds that just don't seem to be moving on. However, you can still expect most counties to see mostly clear skies, sunny skies, and even some brief heating can get temperatures higher than the expected forecast shows right now. Now, there is an abundance of moisture that could create enough instability to produce some rain showers, but probably only in the areas of higher elevation up in northern New Mexico, maybe closer to the Arizona border, really not in eastern New Mexico. Now, looking at the regional radar, you can see precisely where the areas of moisture are. Right here over in California, you can see pretty much all along that western coastline, all that's going to be moving this way, and right here behind me, you can see right above New Mexico, it's going to be coming down from the Idaho, Montana, Canadian area where all that snow is, so it's going to be headed our way. But that respite will be short-lived as warm, dry conditions will quickly return by this weekend. Right now, the fire watch is really the most relevant part of your forecast, but that will dissipate Thursday evening as the cold front moves in. But because I said the cold front will not last, fire hazards will return next week. Moving on to your lows, you can see tonight it is going to be 48 in Portales area, Tucumcari 45, Roswell 48, so still cooling down quite a bit from these nice sunny highs we've been seeing. Looking at the highs then for tomorrow, you can see Tucumcari 72, Roswell's going to peak at 80, Midland 87, getting very close to the 90s in some of the warmer areas. Moving on to the current conditions outside the broadcast center, humidity 41%, like I said, it's only partly cloudy, visibility still at 10 miles. Moving on to the 5-day forecast, you can see what I mean about these temperatures getting significantly cooler at night, but we're going to be seeing just some partly cloudy, mostly sunny skies, absolutely gorgeous. Moving on to the pollen count, you can see allergies are skyrocketing. So if you do suffer from allergies, Rebecca, Amy, please consider that.
All right, thanks, Desiree.
Welcome back. I'm Desiree Markham in the News 3 Weather Center. Looking at News 3's live weather cam, you can see the fog has lifted, and although it is still partly cloudy, the temperatures have risen just a little bit. It was about 47 for most of the day, so chillier than we've been seeing these temperatures. It's up now to about 60. The breeze is about out of the east at 18 miles per hour, so a nice little just calm breeze, so it's not that bad outside. It's just overcast, so it does make it a little bit colder. Moving on to the national map, you can see where all this moisture is coming from. Pretty much the entire nation is encompassed with this huge upper level disturbance that has come off the Pacific Ocean. It has come across from the west coast all the way across the nation, and here right in the kind of the Midwest and even down here where we are in our region, it's moving just right here, and as you can see as it circulates, it's going to move up. It's going to be moving up and away from us off to the north, northeast. It's going to go possibly slam the east coast. Florida is kind of in the clear right now. You can see little patches right there behind me. That may change. It may worsen as the system moves on across the entire nation. Taking a closer look at the southwest, where this is coming from, it's actually coming up. It's that storm last week that I mentioned that started up in Canada. It started way up here in the north. It's moved down through California. It's coming on down further south, and then it got to about right here up in about mid-California, and then that's when it started its progression across the east, and that's why it's hitting us now. It's a little bit later than anticipated, however, it's still here. As you can see, most of you probably did wake up to those thunderstorms. Some people even saw hail in certain places, depending on where you are in our region. Taking a closer look at our region, speaking more specifically about eastern New Mexico and West Texas, this local radar map right here shows you up in the areas of higher elevation up in the Sandia Mountains around Albuquerque. You can see these little spots of moisture, all this green right here. Over in Nevada, there's even some. Moving over here in Texas, you can't really see right here, but up in that panhandle, there's a lot. Looking at the lows, 42 Tucumcari, 44 Roswell. The highs, you can see it's going to be kind of nice tomorrow, 74. Some places will be nicer than others. Moving on to the current conditions outside the broadcast center, humidity is the main thing. Visibility is pretty good. The 5-day forecast, you can see it's going to warm up just a little bit. That moisture will stay with us, however. The pollen count right now, allergies are down because of the humidity. However, tomorrow it will spike back up again. Anthony, Amy, that's all I have for weather.